Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with the next review of the Fangoria challenge. This time, Jason and I watched The Changeling. The Changeling is a 1980 horror film directed by Peter Medoc, and according to Fangoria, it's one of the 101 best horror movies you've never seen. Despite that, The Changeling is actually pretty highly regarded. In fact, many consider it to be one of the scariest movies ever made. That includes Martin Scorsese, who has it on his list of the top 11 scariest movies of all time. Neve Campbell also claims this is the scariest movie she has ever seen. The Changeling stars George C. Scott as music composer and music professor John Russell. When his wife and daughter are tragically killed in an accident, John decides to take some time away and moves from New York to Seattle. He rents an old house there, owned by the Historic Society. It's a mansion, really, with a sordid history. No one has lived there in many years, and John is allegedly the first in a long time. He will be living there alone while he teaches music in the local university. But John soon finds he may not be in the mansion alone after all. He begins hearing strange noises at the same time early every morning. Doors open by themselves, and there are other strange happenings as well. This all leads to John hiring a psychic medium to hold a seance in the house. After learning more about the spirit in the house through the seance, John, along with Claire Norman, the woman who works at the Historical Society and from whom he rented the house, decide to investigate. Claire is played by Trish Van Devere, and she and George C. Scott were married at the time. Who is the ghost haunting the house? Why is the spirit still there? What is it that the ghost wants from John? And can John and Claire solve the mystery without losing their own lives? The Changeling is a hauntingly beautiful, moody, spooky tale. It also happened to be inspired by true events. That obviously makes it even scarier. There seem to be two objects people usually associate with this movie: the bouncing ball and the wheelchair. I won't give the significance of either away, but it's terrifying. I really like the mystery element of this ghost story. It's really not that simple to figure out, like other movies of the kind. There are some interesting reveals and twists that keep you on the edge of your seat. It's a slow burn, but a very atmospheric slow burn, so it's all worth it in the end. The creepy old mansion is a fantastic setting. George C. Scott is great as always as John Russell. Fun fact, The Changeling features the first ever on-screen appearance of Joshua Jackson from Dawson's Creek, The Mighty Ducks, and other things. He was only 8 months old at the time. The Changeling is not only a supernatural horror film for people who love supernatural horror film, but I think it's a movie that just about anyone can enjoy. Released in 1980, it's held up all this time and is still just as scary as ever. My relatable recommendation is another supernatural horror film released the same year in 1980, The Hearse. Originally, I had something else planned as my relatable recommendation, but then I realized this was the perfect fit. Not only is it a supernatural horror film released the same year, but it also stars Trish Van Devere. In this movie, she plays a teacher, like George C. Scott's character in The Changeling. And like The Changeling, this movie also came in a DVD snapper case. The Hearse is not as highly heralded as The Changeling is, and it has a far lower score on IMDb. But I still like it. Have you seen The Changeling? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And please be sure to check out Jason's review. What will we watch next for the Fangoria Challenge? Check back soon to find out. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.